I love that. People are like, I'm a bodybuilder. It's like, you compete?
No.
It's like, you just lift weights.
You just take a lot of steroids and lift.
Yeah. I'm an amateur, non-competitive bodybuilder. So you just lift, essentially.
Welcome to the Coach 'em Up podcast. I'm Tim Riley, and I know many of you have been reaching out. You've been concerned. You've been, it's been like having an adolescent child who's like having a rough time with Zack between Space Nightclub, the Cuban gang, riding into the eye of a hurricane. He's had us on a bit of a roller coaster, but I'm really happy to announce that he's back home and he's safe with us. Zack Zillner, everybody's in the building.
The
Let's
prodigal
go.
son is back. Thanks for having me.
Prodigal son has returned.
Dude, I like the new space room.
Isn't this sick?
This is unreal.
Someone told me when we were leaving, I think it was Roman, our last guest, he was like, this is the most Austin looking podcast studio I've ever seen. And I was like, you know what? He's right. It does look like we're about to park a Tesla and use it as a coffee table inside of this.
This is a podcast.
Yes,
studio,
exactly.
Electric.
100%. Yeah. The tech boys love us. Zack, how have you been, man? First of all, can you give us some insight into how you went from Cuban cartel, how you were able to escape, and then, how you ended up in Space Nightclub?
The Coach 'em Up pod actually gets me in everywhere and then out of everything. The amount of people that'll just pluck me off the street and be like, there's the guy, there's the Coach 'em Up guy. This is a really niche podcast sports performance thing in Austin that guy's a part of.
Yeah, the one cartel member that like trains.
Yes.
He's like, no, man, we gotta.
A funny story. I told you about that. My sister lives in my house now, and of course the AC went out. I think it's user error.
Texas. Yeah. Oh,
I think she likes to, when it's 80 degrees, put it down to 50. Like, thinks she's in a hotel.
Right.
And
come on, Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea, you need to do better. But anyways, the AC broke. Those are cheap expenses. So the AC guys came over to help her with her AC issues. And they went in the garage because you got to crawl up in the attic to get to the AC. And they saw the heavy ass dumbbells I have in there.
Yeah.
And they're like, do you lift these? And she's like, no, my loser brother, he leaves them here. And they're like, oh, no way. She's like, yeah, he just moved to Miami. And they're like, wait, is your brother Zack? And she's like, yeah, why? And they're like, we're listening to his pod on the way to the appointment.
Let's freaking go,
Isn't that crazy?
Dude.
So,
what's the name of the company?
Shout out to Daniel's Plumbing.
Shout out Daniel's Plumbing. Daniel's,
if you're listening,
we're looking for sponsors.
We're looking for new AC and sponsors. We'll give you 10% off for your next AC installation.
That's right. Yeah. Use
Coach 'em Up 15.
Use code Coach 'em Up 10 at your next Daniel's AC and plumbing purchase. Yeah.
But Miami's been cool. It's been a lot different than Texas, obviously. It's like our first year there, I was just at Texas for 8 years. So it's like, I forget all the culture stuff we do.
Yeah.
Like, once you've been somewhere long enough, you have enough time where like the current kids, like, they basically are your megaphone. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just there to be like, yo, this is what we're doing today. And they're like, hey, do it like this. Blah, blah. I'm like, okay, nice. And then obviously new group, they don't know who I am. I don't know who they are. I think I'd go about things probably a little more unconventional than others.
You know what that brings up for me, Zack? You know how often we get questions about buy-in?
Yeah.
And culture?
Yeah.
You're literally living it right now.
Yeah.
Can you talk about it?
Yeah. So I think it had me thinking of all the things I preach about that I actually have to do now and like reinstill. So
it's your turn.
Yeah. So I was talking about like keeping notes. I went back and found like my Texas notebook when I started there and like the things I wanted to like instill, the cornerstones of the program, all that kind of stuff. Wow. And I kind of reviewed it. And
was there anything on there that you were like, nah, fuck that? I'm not going to do that. Or was there anything that you were like, oh my God, I have to reinstate this?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is like, as corny as it is, like your standard is the standard.
Yeah.
And no matter what, like no matter how cool an athlete is or special or whoever they are, like this is the way we need to do things because we're trying to go here.
Yes.
And you might be the bad guy for a couple days, couple weeks, a month maybe. And then everyone starts getting with the program of like, this is how a good program should be run.
Yes.
And so I think part of it is like you want to come in and be liked and cool new strength coach. We like this guy. But like at the end of the day, if it's a shit show and you're not going to get things done, like you're going to be the cool guy on a losing team and you're going to be looking for
another job.
So I think it was like big thing of like putting it out there of like, these are the things that are expected. Is this too much for you guys to handle? No. And then you just hold them that standard day in and day out. And then one of the guys said something funny. We had one of those days where it was nothing was really going right. And he was like, guys, he's not going to change. Just we know what we need to do. Let's just do it. And I was like, that's kind of true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a delicate balance of like being stubborn and then knowing when to pick your battles and what things are important.
Yes.
And then it's been fun. It's been a growing experience. I think it reiterates to me, and I would have probably disagreed with this before, of how important training culture is.
Yeah.
Like I used to think that was just like a rah whatever thing. And I think in this day and age where athletes come and go all the time, like you're redoing the culture all the time, it's even more important than ever than what rep scheme or what program you're running. Mm-hmm. Like, can you get this group of individuals to buy into the vision? And it might be different than wherever they were.
Yep.
And it's up to you to kind of help rewrite the narrative. And you have to build that relationship so they trust you, that you're just not a jerk
the
whole time. So it's tough love. You know a thing or two about tough love.
I sure do.
Yes. Timmy Tough Love.
Yeah. That's what they call me. I mean, it's funny because I just look back over my life and I was always the kid, the athlete, the student, the problem, the one who couldn't quite figure it out. And so it's like people had to resort to tough love with me. Unfortunately, like not to their avail. Like I didn't respond to anything. You know what I mean? Get this kid off the team. But when I've seen some of the videos that, by the way, shout out Miami.
Great video crew, right?
Dude, I mean, shout out the editing team at Miami. They've been doing a fantastic job, but also it's been so awesome just as your friend and like a Zack fan watching you do your thing and then like them like posting it. I'm like, yo, this is so hype.
Yeah.
It looks so sick, dude. And you can tell like everyone in those videos, like they're bought in, like you got guys doing heavy fucking farmers carries and it's just awesome.
They're fun. I mean, it's like compliant, good guys, and like the coaching staff around us are like so open, communicate. Like it, everyone's always like, it's family, blah, and you hear that, and it's like, we're not family, and it's like, oh yeah, this group like is like everyone gets along. Awesome, it's transparent. Man. Like, I couldn't be happier.
How has it been getting on the same footing? Because I know that you and coach and the rest of the staff, like, there's a lot of familiarity there, right? Which I'm sure was obviously a part of the appeal.
Yeah.
But now that everyone's under the same roof and operating under the same building, like, what has it been like getting on the same page? Because it's like one thing to be like aligned in theory.
Yes.
Totally different.
Yes.
Day in, day out.
Yes.
Navigating that stuff.
I think it's like the urgency now. Like, you got everyone here. We've just finished 8 weeks of the summer, and it's like, we just want to play. And obviously you got to get through preseason, all that kind of stuff. But it's like, we just want to get things going. And I think coach does a great job of reeling everybody back in of like, hey, it's July 1st. Like, we have time to make these corrections, but we can't just always say we have time. Like, it needs to be fixed the next day. You might have lost Monday, but if you make the correction, you didn't lose Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it's like you keep going and going. And I think that's
a wonderful mindset to have.
Like, you only lose if you don't learn from it.
Right. If you allow it to continue to be an issue.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Or sulk about how it didn't go your way the day before.
Yeah. Then you're just in this revolving door of stupidness.
Yeah.
No one likes that.
When does season actually start?
So our 20 hours starts into September, and the first game will be like end of October, first of, so it's like here, crazy quick.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm taking my first ever vacation where I leave where I live, because usually what you do is you stick around the same city, and then you're like, I'll train a guy, I'll train to this.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get out, get refreshed.
Where are you going to go?
Go back. We went to Key West for a couple of days. It's like 3 hours.
You went already. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. And then I'm spending the week here.
Okay.
But Tim's decided to go out of town. Unbelievable. Taking his own vacation.
I know. It is crazy.
I want to hear about these combine guys.
Dude. Okay. So Incredibly exciting. Actually, I think Matt Gates would have been on 2 episodes prior to this one. Partnering with XPE, man.
Yeah, tell me more about that.
So, the way it went down is, I guess Matt had been following me for a while, and he'd been listening to the podcast.
Yeah,
and he slid my DMs, which does not happen for me. Very grateful for that. Shout out, even if it's you, Matt. But yeah, he slid my DMs and he's like, "Hey, love everything you've got going on, and I like your approach. Let's just connect." And so immediately I was like, "Oh my God, know, is this about what I think it's about?
Is it?
Could it be?
Could it be?
And
is it true?
Because I very much so love the combine process." And particularly that year I had with Bijan and Roshan and those guys that I'd been training while they were in college, and then getting to like go through the combine prep process, go to the NFL combine, watch them get drafted, be there when Bijan got drafted. I mean, dude, it was cool. Yeah. I mean, I get goosebumps thinking about it. It was just so special. But we hit it off immediately. We were on the phone for like an hour and a half, and he was like, "When can you get out here?" And I was like,
"Where are they based out of?"
Fort Lauderdale.
Oh yeah. My head.
And I was like, immediately.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll be there. So I was out there 2 days later. He was incredibly helpful. Got me put up in the hotel that all the guys were staying at. I didn't pay for anything. Like, he was just incredibly generous. And then when I got there and I met him in person, him and Tony, admittedly, I haven't gotten to spend much time with. Tony Vigliani is such a nice dude. Mm-hmm. Every single person I've talked to who has interacted with him, they love the guy. So it was a culture fit. And then the training side of things, I'm down there and I'm watching their training program, and they have some unique things they do for the speed stuff.
Yeah.
But when it got, which I was like, this is fun. This is new. But then when I got to the training side of things, I was like, oh, fuck. Me and Matt are the same person.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, like just from a principled perspective and an organizational perspective, if you're going to take someone from 5 to 8 weeks, depending on when you get them for prep, the things that the levers I'd be pulling and the buttons I'd be pushing to make that shit happen, it was like I was like looking at my own brain. I was like, oh, this is amazing.
What are some nuggets you took?
Well, it wasn't as much as nuggets as it was like confirmation. Yeah. It was validation, because even though I've been doing this a long time and I've been around and I've had the opportunity to work with, alongside, and watch other coaches do their thing, you always think, there's always a part of me at the end of the day that I'm going to get somewhere and they're going to be doing something
totally different you've never even thought.
Yeah. Just wait till you see this program, And I was like, hey, can you show me? Like, I want to sit down. I want to look at the programming. I want to see how y'all do things. And he was like, this is what we've been doing for the past 15 years. Here it is. And I looked at it and I was like, oh,
I'm in the same area.
It's like literally, it's like, okay, this is just what you do. Mm-hmm. And the cool thing about that is like, you can have little changes and differences within the context of the program, but the culture they have there and the vibe, I was like, oh, people are here to fucking work. Yeah. It's ramped up. And I was like, all right, all the ingredients are here. You have an understanding of what needs to be done, a system refined over the course of over a decade of exactly how to get that done, an environment that allows athletes to compete against one another. The vibes are high and elite. The programming is good. Well, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
You're going to get good results. You got good athletes.
How do you set the culture in a private setting with that? Like, are there certain guys they don't let in, or how does that work? Because I know it's like you need guys to have the program. So obviously if some guys aren't on board, it's like, oh, we still need you here.
Well, it's tough because in situations like that, it really becomes about you and the same skill set that you would have in a team setting, where it's like, maybe most of these guys are bought in and they're excited to be here, but maybe you have a few that they have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or they're not bought in, or they're not focused. It's kind of the same thing repackaged, except the difference is these guys can leave.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
They can go somewhere else. Now, that doesn't happen that often in circumstances like that, because the last thing you want is to be getting ready for the biggest job interview of your life and be bouncing around and doing right.
Yeah.
But you're very much so providing a service. Mm-hmm. So, and the other thing too is and this is what I've learned just in my years of NFL offseason stuff. It's like these guys can go somewhere else. They can spend their money somewhere else. But there's also this balance between it being a service and like, hey, this is the way.
Yeah, I guess in 8 weeks you're competing for like life-changing money and your like childhood dream.
It's different. Yeah. It's different. There's just a different urgency.
Yeah, if you'd have locked in for 2 months to like make a couple million, I hope you'd.
Well, and that's largely the communication.
Yeah.
That's essentially the baseline message to everyone. It's about identifying real quickly the way to get that message across to the person in front of you. Because for some people, I can say, hey, lock the fuck in, man. Yeah. You got 6 weeks. What do you do? You know, I can say that like that from a place of like, yo, like, let's go.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Whereas if I use that same tone with someone else, now we've got a problem because they're blowing up and they're pissed off and they're bringing the rest of the group down because they didn't like the way I talked to them. Correct. So maybe that's the guy I pull aside. I'm like, hey, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
let's figure this out.
Like, I know where your projection is.
Yeah.
Let's get there.
Yeah.
You know, because right now you're not there or whatever the case may be. So and I think the skill set in that, and that's not to say that you're going to bat 1,000 there.
Yeah.
You're not.
You'd like to, but good luck.
Like, the skill set, that's part of the art of coaching, is being able to identify quickly kind of where guys are in their headspace and then doing a lot of investment up front in that first week or several days, talking to them, asking a lot of questions, because you can get a sense and vibe of where someone is in their comfortability of the process quickly.
Do you do any research on the front end when you know you have certain guys coming in,
100%.
Calling coaches, calling agents, whatever, and kind of figuring out?
So if I do this even with my pro guys.
Yeah. Where
it's like, if I know I'm getting a guy, like I'm going to find out everything I can about them, because football, those networks are so small. Like I probably have someone who played with them or worked with them, played against them, know about them, are from the same hometown as them, went to the same high school. Like there's so much overlap.
You can be a PI.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I'm absolutely going to, and like for me, it's just about doing due diligence, you know, of like, okay, like what am I working with here? What kind of person is this? Particularly with that combine prep. And then also too, like, there's also this side as well, where it's like all of that stuff's helpful, but also like I've made the mistake in the past of having my mind made up about the way someone's going to be or the way they're going to act or show up prior to actually meeting them. And me being like, oh, this person's not at all, at least not with me. That's not my relationship with them. And so I, as much as possible, I try and meet people where they're at.
For sure.
But yeah, I think all the top level stuff, I'm doing some investigating.
Yeah.
You know.
I got to.
Yeah, you need to know.
Yeah.
Because it just helps you be more an effective communicator. But I'm super excited. The coaches that we have, I really want to say who is going to be helping out. But it's not entirely a done deal. Well, I'll go ahead and mention some. So, Dan Bach is going to be helping me facilitate, particularly the 40 and the 5, 10, 5 and the L drill, and the jumps, obviously. Blaine McConnell.
Wow.
Is now look,
is he just training with the guys to push them?
Literally, Blaine would perform better than most people at the combine right now. And it's not entirely 100%, but we're close to figuring out a solution for Blaine to be here for the entirety of those 2 months.
Awesome.
And help, you know, and just be a part of the process and be a coach. And then Eric Poggs. So Eric is already at C4 with me, and he's spent a lot of time learning and interning and being a student from people like Les Spellman. He actually purchased Tony Vigliani's online course.
Really?
Yeah. And he consumed that. So between myself and those 3 other coaches, like I feel like I've got a star-studded cast. Sure. These are people I know and trust, and we speak the same language. And the group that we're going to have is only going to be like 10 to 12 athletes.
That's perfect. That's a sweet
spot.
It's basketball numbers right there.
And so it's going to be like, you know, per coach, we're going to have somewhere between 2 to 3 athletes.
Yeah, it's a good ratio.
It's great.
From what I've heard.
And then, yes. And then we're also going to have a couple interns, just like setting things up, breaking things down. And then, all the way down to position coaches. We've got a special group.
You're going to get all the middle linebackers?
You know what? That's the interesting thing. I don't know. I don't know who I'm going to end up with.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I'm saying you as the middle linebacker coach. Listen up, boys. Played this back in the day.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I would love that. I'm very underqualified.
Yeah, so stick to the weights.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll keep counting. Yeah, but dude, I'm so thrilled, and it's gonna be good. I took last year off really because there was a lot of change going on, obviously, and it's gonna be good to be back in the mix 100%. And then of course Matt is going to be back and forth between my location and his location, making sure I don't ruin his company's reputation.
He might just be here all summer.
He may need to move him. So yeah, man, that's everything that's new with me. I've also, I don't know. Let's see what this podcast is going to release in a month. So
any other secrets you can't let out?
I do have a big secret. It's a big deal.
You might have to wait if I know.
I think I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer before I announce it. Oh shit. But there is something else going on that I can talk about. The first Apex event is going to be tomorrow. So by the time everyone's seeing this, it'll have already happened. We've got about 20 competitors. And shout out Rad for giving $1,000 cash to the male and female winner. I know. Yep. Shout out Adam Klink and Rad Global for making that happen. And yeah, we're going to use this first one as a proxy. It's kind of, just like a litmus test of how the event should run and how we're going to break it up, whether we're going to add some more events, take some away. But real quick, I'll tell you, here's the game plan. Okay. We're doing overhead med ball toss for distance.
Done.
We're doing broad jump.
Done.
Full approach vert on the Vertec, not a jump mat. It's going to be on the Vertec. We're going to measure everyone's reach beforehand, and you're going to get 3 attempts, and we'll just run through the flight 3 times. And then the next, shout out Vald, Michelle Pond from Vald is going to be there setting up, and we're going to do an in-beam at this point, an in-beam 40-yard start.
Ooh. So
it's going to be even more dialed than the NFL start at the combine. So there's no hand start.
Yeah.
From there, we're going to go trap bar deadlift. Now look, these weights may change. This is just what I'm shooting at, but it's a 60-second AMRAP, y'all.
I like that it's capped.
It's a 60-second AMRAP, 315 for men, 205 for women. You have to lock the weight out and drop the bar.
Oh, so it's
at
like
the top
pull.
It's just a bunch of concentric pulls. I know.
Wow.
Brutal. Bench press, 225 for men. This is going to be a game time decision. I'm going to see what competitors vote tomorrow. Mm-hmm. The competitors are going to kind of help me in this process of sussing out the events. Also, Alec Blennis has flown in town to compete.
Well, I was just going to ask.
He might win it. I know. But as of right now, 225 for men, 115 for women on the bench. And then we're finishing with an all-out mile.
Ooh, he's going to win that.
I know. Well, I don't know, dude.
I was just kind of hoping to just
I've got some dogs. So Jimmy and Jordan DeChico, they started the brand Super Coffee.
Oh, yeah.
They're freaks.
Ooh, that'd be good Blennis.
I don't know if anyone can out-hybrid athlete Blennis. Yeah. He's like literally the Murph world record holder.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's pretty good.
And he's so strong.
Yeah.
But they also, I think they both played college football.
Interesting.
So they're going to have an edge on
having the 40 maybe.
And the jumping.
Yeah.
So
is there a broad jump?
There is broad jump. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see the athlete archetype of who gets good in this.
We've got Hannah Black competing, Caitlin Johnson.
Oh, wow.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly's going to, I don't think Kelly's going to do all 7 events though.
Come on, Kelly.
I know. Get it together, Kelly Matthews. Alexa McCauley. We've got some studs.
Yeah.
It's going to be sick. So for everybody listening and watching, one more time, overhead med ball toss for distance, broad jump, full approach vert, 40-yard dash, trap bar deadlift, 60-second AMRAP. You got to lock it out. You got to drop the bar. Bench press, touch and lock those elbows out. That's all that matters. And your butt can't lift off the bench. And then all out mile.
40.
And, did I miss the 40?
I don't know. You might have said it.
But 7 events. And, start training now, because we're going to be, after this goes, and if I'm assuming it goes as well as it does, we're going to host a big event.
The next, it'll be $100,000.
It'll be $10 million. We're going to, like we did for the Coach 'em Up conference, we're going to rent out C4, and we're going to make it a big event. And I think it's going to be fucking sick. And I don't know how many people we're going to open the registration up to, but when we announce that, we'll announce it here.
Yeah.
And we'll announce it here first. So anyone who's listening and watching,
you have to subscribe to hear the announcement.
Yes, that's right.
It's weird. If you're not subscribed,
if you're not subscribed, it'll just be like So anyway, yeah, I've been talking about myself for a long ass time.
No, I like talking about you.
Thanks, man.
You got a lot of cool shit going on.
Apex. Shout out Apex.
Do you have a logo for it?
By the way, go follow apexathlete.official.
Ooh.
That's the Instagram. That's the Instagram.
I like
page.
how you put the official.
I chat GPT the logo. Yes. Running lean, boys. I mean, it's not going to be the official logo, but I had to put something up. Yeah, there's 0 posts.
Does it look like you? The logo?
No, that would be tight though.
Yeah.
It's like a rotisserie chicken beacon of hope.
Yeah. Of you jumping. Yeah. I'll see what I can do after this.
I can't be the Apex athlete. We need our first Apex star, like a Josh Bridges.
Yeah.
To set this motherfucker off.
Josh, come down here. We'll
shout out Josh Bridges. And then, he can be like that person, he or she will become sort of like the emblem, the Jerry West.
I was just going to say, who's going to be Jerry West?
Yes, that's what we need. The Coach 'em Up podcast is now powered by Vald, the global leader in human measurement technologies. Whether you're working with elite athletes, gen pop, or return to play populations, Vald's tools are designed to give you objective, actionable data to help drive your decision making. From Nord boards, force decks, and smart speed timing gates, all which I use, Vald helps you measure what actually matters. Their technology is used and trusted by the NBA, NFL, EPL, and NCAA, as well as thousands of high-performance clinics and facilities around the world. If you're serious about performance, recovery, or precision coaching, Vald gives you the best tools to test, assess, and improve. Because remember, if you're not testing, you're just guessing. Follow the link below to learn more and request a demo. This episode is brought to you by friend of the show, David Gray of David Gray Rehab, creator of the absolute game-changing foot, ankle, and Achilles program. To date, it's helped over 8,000 people, including Zack and myself, get back to running, jumping, and playing pain-free. This program isn't just for athletes, it's also been used by coaches and physios in the NFL, NBA, and Premier League, as well as every other major sport. And if that wasn't impressive enough, you can get the full program 15% off lifetime access when you click the link in the show notes and use code TIM at checkout. Now, back to the show.
Should we rip into these Q's?
Let's get some Q's and some A's. Let's get some Q's and A's. And let's just bounce these back and forth.
Yeah.
You've got all the good questions. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm going to ask you this first one.
Okay.
Ooh, God, I hate pronouncing the names. Sorry for butchering this. Coach Tim Tomey. Tim.
Yes.
Hierarchy of reps. Top set with back off sets, sets with ascending weight, drop sets, etc. What is your go-tos? Are you a straight, 3x10 guy? Do you like 5? What scenarios do you like certain rep schemes?
Yeah. So
let's do this. This is also part of my questions. What's your favorite strength rep scheme?
Okay. So my favorite strength rep scheme is going to be working up to a top weight, either a top single, double, triple, etc., and then doing some back offsets of that. And typically operating between like a 7 to 9 RPE for that top set, and then dropping 15 to 20% as the case may be, and hitting. I used to do pretty consistently, like working up to like 3x3, and then doing like an AMRAP set, which I still do from time to time, but as time has gone along, I like to just get like a big stimulus, maybe 1 or 2 drop sets.
Yeah.
and let that be that.
Yeah.
And then as far as rep, like I'm not married to a rep scheme per se anymore. Like I really like RIR, reps in reserve, has taken over my training. So it's like, I'll look at things. I'm like, okay, how many sets do I really need for this muscle group? And then like, what am I trying to drive? So if I am looking for, and then honestly too, like all the information we have about hypertrophy now, like doing reps of 15 plus is just, it's not.
It goes back once again, go back to the book, The Size Principle. You pick up heavy stuff for as many reps as you can do it. And that's the best stimulus you're going to get.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
Literally. Yeah. So
read the book.
Read the freaking book. There's a lot of stuff that I like. You know, I like clusters.
I was just going to say for strength, I like clusters.
Clusters are great. I like working up to heavy set and doing back downs. I like, and it's kind of dependent. Like I'll usually do clusters for a period of time and then move into the working up to heavy.
Here's a question.
Okay.
All these fancy rep schemes that are out there, at what point do you introduce those with a new athlete? Do they have to have a certain amount of training age with them to really have an effect? Or what point are you like, hey, let's add some of these other methods in?
Whenever the one I'm on is getting stale or not working.
So if it's still working and you're in week 65.
Spam it. I don't stop. Don't change.
I agree.
Yeah. Something I learned early on before I even started working with athletes is I would get bored. And so I would project that onto my clients and be like, they have to be sick of this. And what I would do for clients for the longest time, this was my progression, Gen Pop, and it fucking works. Also got this, I started doing this intuitively, and then I read Mass by Pat Davidson.
Oh yeah.
And this is a principle I took from that program. That program itself absolutely wrecked me. I ran it back to back like a sicko.
Awesome.
We're gonna do 3 sets of 15 from these set of exercises, right? And we're going to use a weight until you are able to complete 3 sets of 15. Once you're able to do that, congratulations, we're going up in weight. And then we are going to use that weight until you can again increase. It's just the repetition method. Get your reps up to 315 again, right? 3 by 15. Once we bottom out there and several exercises, we're no longer able to progress week over week or session by session. We're not seeing any marketable progress. Then we are going to move to 3 by 12.
I think it works great with younger athletes.
Yes, it's so good
because it's such
young
a skill
athletes
component.
in Gen Pop.
Yes.
Yep, 100%. So that's like my old school go-to. And like if I have a Gen Pop client that starts tomorrow, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Until it stops working.
Yeah.
And it's going to work for a long time.
Add a little bit next week.
Yep. We go up in reps and then wait. Reps and then wait. Reps and then wait. Oh, we can't go up in reps? Well, then we can't go up and wait, but we can drop reps and then go up and wait, baby. Yeah. So simple. So simple. With athletes, it gets a little bit more complicated because it just depends on what qualities you're prioritizing.
Everything in your training program should go back to what qualities. I don't think it needs to be said, but it needs to be said. What qualities are you trying to enhance?
Yeah.
And that should dictate everything else.
100%.
Like if your priority is speed work, you probably don't need to work on drop sets, AMRAPs, all these fatiguing type stuff.
Yeah, probably a bad idea.
If you're trying to do hypertrophy, you probably don't need to hit velocity on squats or bench or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I know it depends, but
yeah.
But in this case,
well, what about
actually?
Excuse me. And then on the other end, for that person, put the book down.
Shut up,
Shut up, nerd.
Yeah, just do
it. All right. Julian Cyrus Pierce wants to know, what's the best course of action to lose body fat and put on muscle while needing to perform in your sport? So we got a body composition.
Yeah, I'd say do an audit on your diet.
Yeah.
And no one wants to hear that because you're doing all the things correct, but you're not.
Yeah.
And then I would challenge people, because I get this question every day from my buddies.
Yep.
It's like, take 2 to 4 weeks, write down every single thing you consume. every single thing, anything you're drinking, eating, whatever. And you're going to find little spots where you thought you only had this many things, but you forgot about that huge pint of ice cream you ate for dinner, or the handful of things you had, or you know what I'm talking about.
Or the 4 street tacos you ate.
Yeah.
Borderline blackout drunk after Friday night. Yeah.
And drinking.
Yeah, alcohol, dude.
Yeah. But it depends what you like more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Audit yourself.
audit your audit.
Training wise, just train hard. And
yeah.
Once I figured out the diet thing was a lot easier.
It's true. All right, what do you got?
Oh, that's my turn. This is from Coach T. Smith.
Okay.
Number one mistake young strength coaches make.
Number one young strength. Number one. Oof, that's tough. What is like the biggest one? The biggest mistake? Yeah. Okay. I would say the biggest one is, particularly in the strength and conditioning world, the performance space. I'm trying to make this all into one thing without making it
do it
one thing that's like 3 things, but almost everyone has an internship, right? And if it's not an internship, it's your first gig. And I think the biggest mistake is not attaching yourself to the best person in that building and actually taking to heart everything they tell you to do. Like, there's one thing to intern and there's another thing to be mentored. Mm-hmm. And I think if you're taking your internship seriously, you're seeking out relationships with those people that are in the building or facility that you're at, and an effort to learn as much as you possibly can from them. And if you're doing that earnestly, you're transitioning from internship to mentorship. And anyone will tell you who has had any success outside of strength conditioning, outside of performance, outside of training, that your relationships are going to take you much further than your X's and O's. And part of transitioning from that internship to mentorship is just that, is building relationships. And because those people that are in that building, that space, that facility, they may be the ones bossing you around, telling you what to do. They may be the bosses right now. But if you leave the kind of impression and you soak up enough knowledge and you work hard enough and you make it more than just showing up and cleaning up and doing what you're told, then those might be the people hiring you in 3 years.
I couldn't agree more.
Or they're the people that are going to bat for you when you are asking for that job that you want, or that position or role that you want. So don't treat your internships or your first job as just this thing you got to do to get to the next, place. Treat it like it's the only thing that matters right now.
Yeah. I'm still close friends with everyone I worked with at my first internship.
So awesome.
I think with backing off that, if you're an intern, I think just shutting your mouth.
Yeah.
And none of these coaches who've been doing this for a long time really care about your opinions on things or how much you know or whatnot. Like, just be quiet and
right or
listen.
wrong.
Yeah, listen to everything they're saying and doing, and that can help prepare you in the future. And then I think a coach who has their first job type situation, it's like, don't compare yourself to people who are 10 to 15 years ahead of you.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times, especially now when it's all in your face, like we talked about before, am I doing enough? Am I doing these rep schemes? I have this piece of equipment. I'm doing this sort of method. Am I doing yada, yada, yada? It's like, be really good at the things you are really good at coaching and coach your ass off with that, and then slowly build upon that. But don't try to do everything at once.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, well, look, we kind of already talked about this in the beginning, but this question's perfect for you. And I think maybe we can take everything we talked about and you just put a pretty bow on it. Okay. Jay Bray, the coach, wants to know, how do you approach setting standards and buy-in in team environments?
Ooh, I like this. Mm-hmm. So I think what I like to do is just, you have your first session, and then I always leave 15 to 20 minutes at the end of who I am, what I'm about, what I've done, and how can I help. So
you work out first, then chit-chat.
So while we go, I'll be like, I'm Zack. Let's get things going. This is the pace I want the workout. I want to treat you like adults. So that means do all your sets and reps and work, intelligently and be safe. And can you guys handle that?
Got it.
And then it's like, yeah, dude, I can count to 10.
Yeah.
And inevitably you'll have a kid do 8 reps instead of 10 and whatnot. And then I'll huddle them in and a little teachable moment of
yes,
a little correction and whatnot. And then at the end, you kind of bring them in and, hey guys, like here's the goal of what we're trying to do. Is everyone on the same page that this is the goal we want to do? Let's go back from there. How are we going to make this happen? And then is the standard that I'm setting, are you guys on board with it? So
I love that you're constantly setting standard, asking for permission and collaboration.
It's their team and it's a collaborative environment. And I think more than ever, like your athletes are the ones that are playing.
Yeah.
And I try to tell them like, I'm here to help you. But at the end of the day, like you guys are the ones putting yourself on the line every day to play. And I don't want a unorganized, undisciplined, not tough team going out there. Neither do you. Mm-hmm. And so how can I help keep this standard the way it is? And it's the same thing. It's like, I think if you make it collaborative, where it's not my way or the highway, it's like, yo, this is us trying to do a thing.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's not about you being the dictator of the weight room.
No.
It's not you versus them. It's like, hey, is this in line with our goal or not?
A perfect session to me is me say, here's the workout, the team going through it, and they're the one help coaching each other on effort, technique, all the stuff, because they hear me every day yell it. Like you can easily repeat the same stuff I do. And that would be my dream of they just do it and I'm just there like making sure like, okay, let's add 10 pounds here. Let's sub that exercise.
Yep.
Cool.
So awesome.
Yeah. All right. This is from Joe Moran 3. Most underappreciated or misunderstood principle in training that improves coaching.
In training that improves coaching?
Maybe like your ability to coach athletes.
Okay. Effort matters more than anything.
Ooh, say it again, Tim. Say it again.
Effort matters more than anything. You can have the prettiest program on planet Earth. And it can be just, you can have everything individualized and all this time, effort, and care. And if no one gives a shit and doesn't try or take themselves to the place where they're going to elicit a stimulus strong enough to create an adaptation, it doesn't mean anything. And on the other end, you can be a dipshit. You can be a bad coach.
Yeah.
You could be, and if they're training hard, they're going to get adaptation, man. Now, is it what you want? Are you running them too hot? These are all considerations. But give me, if you give me 2 teams and one team doesn't work hard and they have the best program on the planet and the other team is run by a moron, but they are showing up and it's a fist fight every day about who's going to compete and who's going to get better, I know which one I'm putting my money on.
I think with that is you can have both.
100%.
I think people use it as an excuse to like, whatever, but it's like you should have both.
Yeah, just
if you're
do both.
running a good program, intentionality.
They're not mutually exclusive.
No, you need both. But you hear when people like you give that answer and people are like, well, I don't need to learn anymore because our guys going
100%.
And it's like, no, you need to have the most well-run program on paper.
Yep.
And then in person.
Yes.
And that's your job to facilitate. That's your only job as a coach, to facilitate that. Right? That's really our only job.
That's actually, yes, you're correct.
Like write a really good program and then make sure they execute a really good program.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Effort is the great equalizer, man. It really is. And that's why Joe Padula was on the show just a few weeks back.
What a great dude.
God.
Great dude.
That guy. Yeah. All right. I can't. I'll go on a Padula glaze. Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot to like. But he said it right there in that seat. He was like, I've always been fascinated at how people can have completely different opinions, perspectives, and programming, and they still get results. But that's why.
Yeah.
You know, that is why.
I call it the give a fuck factor.
Wow.
How can you have high give a fuck factor?
That is so good.
It's true.
I need a shirt. We gotta give a fuck. You know how teams have a motto every year? It's like Texas had fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
Give a fuck.
How can we get this group of people to give a fuck every day? That's for life, for anything.
It really is.
If you are struggling in life, your give a fuck factor's down.
It is down. Like relationship problems, take her on a date.
Yeah,
give a fuck. You know what I mean? The dishes aren't done.
Do them.
Give a fuck. Yeah.
Oh, that might be the new shirt.
But alas, sometimes I just don't give a fuck.
Sometimes
I just don't have it in me. I don't have a fuck to give.
Yeah. Little Seinfeld skit.
So good. This question isn't for either of us. This question is from a viewer, a listener, wonderful practitioner.
Ooh.
For someone who has been on the show and is a sponsor of the show. This is Mimi from David Gray Rehab. And she wants to know, when is David moving to Austin? When are you moving to Austin, David?
David, when?
When?
Hey, he won't.
He won't. David won't do it. He's going to stay over there in Ireland.
He won't.
I'm never going to leave Ireland. I'm David Gray. I'm going to stay. Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. David doesn't give a fuck. No. Everybody go let David know he just doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. Mimi, thank you for asking the questions that matter.
Yeah.
Truly. Okay. This is Margot _ Giacato. Sorry, I gave it a different part of the world. Margot. Anyway, tips for glad we don't need to get into any of my impressions.
Yeah.
online right now. Whenever you quit your job, I'll let it rip. Tips for tracking sprint progression without timing mechanism.
Like not even a watch?
Yeah. Without an accurate timing mechanism.
Tips for tracking sprint progression
without accurate timing.
I'm just going to say you do have a watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Use your watch. Like if you use the same thing to test the same thing, it's accurate.
Yes.
It's inaccurate. It's accurately inaccurate. It's
perfectly imperfect.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That one.
I would say, yeah. Like you have a stopwatch. I got to tell you though, in all honesty, Margot, you're going to get to a place where quickly, if you're working with anything other than a beginner athlete or gen pop, where you're not going to be able to truly track sprint progression without some sort of timing system. And if you're working with athletes on a regular basis that aren't just learning how to run for the first time, that don't look like Bambi, like it's a must have, which is why we're powered by Vald Smart Speed. But no, I'm not kidding though. Like anyone who's been doing the speed thing for a long time, they know you're not speed training if you're not timing.
Yeah, it's a good investment, especially if that's a big part of your business.
Like imagine strength training and you're putting weights on the bar and you have no idea what the weights are.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know, I'm going to pick something up today. I mean, it'll work.
Yeah.
It'll work for a while, but eventually you're going to get to a point where you have to find a way to progress and objectively say this is working or it's not.
Yeah.
And sprinting is the same way. So Margot,
Invest.
Do it.
Stopwatch is fine, but pull the trigger. Add to cart.
Yeah. Give a fuck.
Yeah, give a fuck. Buy the shit. CSCS_Ryan. Do you pre-program all your sessions or do you progress on the fly based on fatigue, etc.?
Both.
I
do both. So I always have a program, a plan. But that plan is always subject to change based on the information that I'm getting from that day, how sessions have gone earlier that week, so on and so forth. So some examples. Let's say that we're supposed to walk in and we're supposed to hit a certain amount of volume on sprints. We're supposed to work up to a certain RPE on hang cleans, and we've got some plyos involved, and it's just like a speed day, quote unquote. Okay. Well, And let's say I have a group. So 2 of those guys may run really well and it's obvious that they're fresh and they're feeling good. And I may have another athlete who's not anywhere near their best time on their flies. That is a red flag. I'm probably going to shut them down immediately based off that. Then when we get to the hang cleans, those other 2 athletes are still doing well and that third athlete's still struggling. Things are changing. Like for that day, for that person, the conversation is going to be had where it's like, hey, today is probably not your day. I'm going to be doing some investigating upon those bad fly times. Like, how do you feel? What's up? Did you have a long weekend? Did you have a lot of fun this weekend? You know what I mean?
How's your nutrition?
You doing all right? You know, yeah. Like what's up? And we're going to pivot. Like I've been doing this too long. You're not one day of pushing through all the information and data telling you that today is not the day, that one day is not going to separate you from everybody else pushing through that. In fact, if anything, that's the day where things go wrong. Someone tweaks a hamstring, or if they're already fatigued or just not feeling it, it pushes them deeper into a hole. Don't die for one day. Don't blow your load.
But Tim, what if a kid does that? What if a kid does that every day?
Right. Yeah.
I'm off the team.
Yeah, I mean, also you can get 2 weeks into a plan, or let's say, for example, I have a deload planned, right? What if we're ripping, weights are going up, and there's like no signs of fatigue in sight? I'm not just going to do the deload because I said it's time to do the deload. On the other hand, if guys have been running hard and we get 2.5 weeks into a training cycle, 3 weeks, and I'm like, we need a deload. It is obvious. Guys are cooked. They're feeling beat up. I did not do a good job of managing this load. Deload. Yeah. Right there. See you next, guys. We got a deload next week. Simple as that.
And there's no issue doing it during the lift too. Like supposed to be 5x5 squat. You see the third set and everyone looks like crap. You're like, hey guys, we're just going to do one more set. We're done.
100%.
Move on to the next thing.
100%.
Like,
so you should have a plan. But that plan should be subject to change. And like, I call it my North Star. I always have a North Star in terms of what the goal, what we're trying to achieve, what we're trying to accomplish. In every training session, I'm trying to get as close to that ideal as possible. But progress is always the priority over quote unquote perfection.
Live to fight another day.
100%. The Coach 'em Up podcast has partnered with Eleiko.
Let's go.
Not only is Eleiko found in 85% of Power 5 schools, but they also offer at-home solutions from racks, flooring, rigs, barbells, bumper plates, your favorite accessories like straps and weightlifting belts, you name it, Eleiko's got you covered. Go to eleiko.com/coachemup and get access to the same equipment that they're using in the best facilities with the best athletes on the planet. Zach, what's the best training app on the planet?
It has to be Train Heroic. Gone are the days of sending the old crusty PDF. Now we have a sleek new app.
It's easy to use. There's videos with descriptions. You get to track and log your weight, your reps. There's a community chat function. You can submit videos. You can get feedback.
How about the leaderboard, Tim?
I started using Train Heroic first as an athlete and someone who wanted to learn. Now I use it as a coach. Athletes and other coaches can go and be a part of my training community and get results.
Whether you're an athlete, coach, or just like to train, use the link in our description to find out how you can train on the best app in the world.
And join us on Train Heroic today. This is from Luke 10 Madden, and he wants to know, how would you go about progressions moving from extensive to intensive plyos?
How would I go about that?
Yeah.
That's how I would go about it. Right?
He answered the question.
Yeah, you answered your own question.
Okay, let's give us a cookie cutter. Let's say you've got 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you going to start? What are some of your go-tos? And then what's your goal? Perfect world, all things equal. What are some of your extensive starters? What's your extensive plyo starter pack? And then what are you going to move into over the course of 6 weeks?
I think it's more of like a pendulum shift. Like you start with a lot of extensive, minimal intensive, and then you kind of just move all the way to the other end.
Spoken like a guy who knows what the fuck he's talking about. So you're saying you never stop doing one or the other?
Correct. One leads to the other.
Yeah.
And then you shift back.
Yeah.
And then you go for, it's a seesaw.
It is a seesaw. Yep. Love that.
Yeah, I think you basically have to build the tissue and ability to handle load. And then once you have a big robustness where you can handle load, then you add more intensity. And then eventually you can handle more intensity at higher loads.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
No, I mean, you crushed that.
Seesaw.
Yeah, seesaw.
Coach Seesaw. Ooh. Hill Country Lift, one of our favorite coaching
We love
up
Hill Country
lifters.
Lift.
She's the freaking best. Fellow sneakerhead.
Oh,
the
this
best.
question's for you, dude.
Yeah. What would y'all say has been the most rewarding / proudest experience as coaches?
Honestly,
Tell me, be honest.
I have two. Okay. The first, her name's Kenzie Beckham, and she was my first real, like, she's definitely going D1 athlete. And I was working at Lifetime when I first started working with her. And the way I got her is her and her dad had just joined the gym. It was an 18 and up gym, so I could hardly even get any high school athletes. I had to like get it signed off by the gym.
Yeah.
Her dad was in the lobby, and I just introduced myself. I was like, "Hey, can I help you guys? What's going on?" And we just got to talking, and I was like, "Yeah, I train athletes, and whenever I can." And he was like, "Well, my daughter here, she's an athlete." I said, "Is that so?" I was like, "What's your sport?" And we just hit it off. And I was like, "Well, let me train you." I just shot my shot.
Yeah.
And he was like, her dad, he's got a country accent. He said, "Well, hell, all right, let's
sign him up.
Let's get it all set." And I'm like, "Shit, it worked." Shoot your shot. You miss every shot you don't shoot, guys.
Tim Riley.
Yeah, it's another shirt. And man, Kenzie was an absolute dog. She ended up going to play for Eastern Carolina. She was a libero. And she was a very well-rounded athlete by the time I got her. She had run track, played soccer, played basketball her whole life, and only had just recently completely gone to select volleyball. So she's just a stud. And she had never really strength trained. Dude, the results that girl got,
cheat code.
and she did have a cheat code, didn't she? The results she got in just 8 weeks. And by the way, you guys can scroll down. If you go to my Instagram page, scroll down. Go ahead. Take a little trip. Keep scrolling. Keep going.
Pass those.
Yeah, pass. Don't look at that. But eventually you'll see me in Lifetime, and I have several posts of her. And like one of them's her doing a machine squat. Been on the machine thing for a long time, just saying.
Same.
But she went on to have a wonderful collegiate career. And then she messaged me a few months back and said, "Hey, I just want to let you know and she worked with me off and on when she would come home from school. And she said, I want to let you know you had a really big impact on me. And you're the reason why I want to be a strength coach." And
cool.
Yeah. And she's working at a D1 in Dallas right now. And I connected her and Anthony Cockrell.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, I had to.
But she wrote me a very long, very heartfelt message. And yeah, I mean, it almost made me cry.
Well, that's the stuff you don't even think about.
Yeah.
Like, I'll have randomly players from years back text me and be like, "Hey, I remember what you said that one day about whatever, and it stuck out, and I told my team, or I, embodied that for what I'm doing." You're like, "Dude, I don't even remember
fucking remember that at all." Yeah.
But like, cool.
Tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made a difference. Yeah.
Like, I think it is, it is more than just sets and reps. You're just using sets and reps as a vehicle to teach people life skills.
100%.
That's all we're doing.
Yeah, that. And then I recently had another athlete do the same thing. She's been shadowing me. Her name's Haley Lopez. She started with me junior year of high school. Now she's playing soccer, D1 soccer. She's been shadowing me all summer, interning.
Should be a strength coach?
Yes, dude. And then the other thing would be the Coach 'em Up conference. Honestly, standing there among my peers and being in a room and just knowing that it was that room was happening because of this podcast and what you and I have built here was in my professional career. Like those experiences are peak.
The give a fuck factor was high.
It was incredibly high. I was like, "Oh, I'm more motivated than I've ever been." Yeah. It was special.
No, I agree. I didn't even think of that because I think about coaching athletes, but that conference was unreal. Like the high I was on for the next, probably still I'm riding that wave.
Yeah, man. Buzzing.
It was cool that many people cared about not us, but like what we as coaches do as a whole. Like it's freaking sweet.
It is. Yeah. Okay. What about you though?
Oh, me. I think the kids, Colin, whatnot. And then this past year, Rory Harmon, my dog.
God.
So she was our point guard. She was one of those kids, does everything right, comes in extra, does more.
Such a good human.
Great human, just cool cat.
Yeah, she's the coolest.
And she tore her ACL like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And like one of those situations where like, oh my God, like what could I have done? This or that. And shit happens. And I remember when she got hurt the next day, she was like, I need the best out of you. And I'm like, damn, bet. And she's like, I'll do whatever you want. I want the best out of you. And I was like, I got you. So I was on the phone calling everybody with ACLs, putting in the work. Like she was coming in multiple times a day for her whole rehab process. And then just to see her go out and play is like, I don't get emotional.
Yeah.
And that was like,
you got emotional.
Oh my God. Like she told me she was cleared. I was like, holy shit.
Meltdown.
Like, oh my God. And then just seeing them out there like doing what they love doing.
Yeah.
And you're like,
well, you were with her. You were with her like every day.
Yeah.
You were with her every
so
single day, helping her
lows.
rehab, going through the process, all the pendulum swings that come along with coming back from an injury. Yeah, it's pretty special stuff.
So it was cool. And it's like, okay, like, I guess I'll keep coaching. This is fun.
It's all worth it.
It's all worth it.
Yeah. All right. Oyer Martinez wants to know, what are the musts in strength and conditioning for in-season basketball players?
Ooh, this would be geared towards me.
Yes.
I think keep the main thing, which means the main thing is the game. And after that, like your most important thing of the day is practice. And so what we're doing as strength and conditioning coaches, we're trying to enhance practice so they can prepare better for games. And so I think the biggest thing is to keep in mind of like the volume and loads they're doing on the court and how can we help best enhance their skill development on our end so they can go play. And I think that comes down to being smart, probably less is more. On our end. And I think not forgetting, like we all realize that the game and practice are the most important. And then you'll see some of your sessions in the season where you're like burying kids or too much volume or like stuff where it's like, am I just doing this lift because I think they need to do it and forgetting they're about to go run around for 2 or 3 hours. So I think, always err on the side of caution, but don't take that as like, don't train hard in season. Like you need to train hard in season. I think the best way to do it is train every day you have practice.
Yeah.
If you don't have that ability, try to find a way to get as close to that as possible and train before practice. Before.
I like that.
Before.
But you're saying that people aren't going to perform very well after 2 hours of playing basketball?
Tough to enhance strength and speed and power qualities after a 3-hour practice. If you can, let me know and make my life a lot easier.
Yeah. We've got a seat at a podcast for you. Okay, my turn. Yeah.
This is from Greenwood Training. Biggest piece of advice for a coach who has just stepped into their first director role.
Well, so in fairness, I don't have any experience working as a director in a collegiate, high school, or professional team setting.
Yeah, but you run shit where you're at.
I do have experience as a director and a training manager and managing people and running off-season programs and et cetera. So anytime I've walked into a new situation, my goal, and the best way to equate this is like kind of using the transfer portal. Like quarterbacks who are supposed to be the leader of a team, when they come in and transfer, what you want is a guy who's going to put his head down, who's going to take time to get to know everybody, and who's going to show up and fucking work.
I don't know if it was like prison, beat up the biggest guy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The assistant strength coach is pretty jacked. We'll see about that. Yeah. I'm going to sucker punch his ass. And so I think like when you're operating from the place, it's like, I'm going to show up, I'm going to do my best to get to know my peers and do my best to do my job. Like that should be priority number one. Also two, understanding that if you're the new guy and other people are in place, these people have been doing their perspective jobs within the context of their roles longer than you. And the best thing I've ever done is go to each of those people and find out what it is about their job, the space they're occupying, their roles and responsibilities that they love, that they feel like are going well, and then the things that they feel like could be improved. So immediately, without sounding like it's a fucking sales exercise, but like you're building value and you're demonstrating that you care and that you want to understand. So I guess to put a bow on that concept, seek to understand first. And think about being in someone else's shoes. Have you ever enjoyed being around a boss, new coach, new coordinator, insert new person in new position of power who walks in and doesn't give a fuck about what you think and acts like they don't even want you there and just starts barking orders?
Definitely want to work hard for that guy.
Yeah. Right. Do not be that guy. Be the person you would aspire to be, So yeah, those would be the first things that I would do. I've also been in positions where I've done this and I've worked under people who've done this, who it's like, you have a job that you're supposed to do as a director and you're not doing it, or you're not doing a good job of it. It's really hard to suck at your job and hold other people to the standard of their job.
Correct. So you can't show up late.
You can't.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like nobody's perfect, but when you screw up, and you have to be the first person to call it out and to apologize and to own it. Don't kid yourself and say, it's no big deal. I'll just let it slide. No one really cares that much. No, they do fucking care. Probably people notice. People don't forget.
People don't forget.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all I got on that. Yeah.
No, I think that was the first thing I did when I got on campus was, to your point, of meet with everybody, found out what they like, don't like, and then what they would like to see in my position. Like, how can I make their job easier?
Yes.
And then after that, it's like up to you. But to your point of, you have to be the example.
Yeah, man.
And I think nothing drives culture more than the person who's the utmost authority in driving the ship, if they're the ones doing the small things.
Yes.
So when I was at Kansas, as interns, you're like cleaning. Mm-hmm. And Hootie, who's the most decorated basketball strength coach around, director, all this stuff, would be there with us cleaning, putting stuff back after the lifts and whatnot. And then if I'm there as an 18, you're like, well, if my boss is cleaning and putting stuff away, it's probably pretty important.
Yeah.
So I should probably do a good job.
Yeah. I should probably beat her to the punch.
Exactly. Exactly.
I got it, coach. Yeah. Yeah. Shit. She's cleaning. It's actually, that is how I feel when I see Kelly to just start cleaning around the house. Fuck, that's the worst feeling.
I need to send you this. The account Grill Dad? He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Probably seen him. He talks about he's trying to have his couch time and the wife's doing her cleaning time.
Yes.
He gets mad at him because he should be doing his cleaning time, but his cleaning time can be at a different time, not at this time.
Yep.
This is his couch
No,
time.
it's like Kelly starts cleaning. It's like, she's like, because this is what happens. She gets overstimulated because like 4 things are on the counter or some shit like
your
that.
stuff.
Yeah, right. Idiot. Yeah, but then but if we go into the bathroom sink and look at the counter,
different.
Yeah, it's
Our
different. It's totally different.
That we don't have.
Yeah. I hope she watches this. She won't.
She won't.
But and then it's like I'll hear her like cleaning loudly. I'm like, here we fucking go. Yeah. And she's like, hey, so like today, like I really want to clean the house. I'm like, all right, cool. And she's like standing there. I'm like, are we done? Are we done? Yeah. What she means is I'm cleaning now, so we're cleaning now.
You need to start.
Also, by the way, that same rule applies to bedtime.
Yeah.
I've found.
Yeah.
We are going to bed now. Yes. Yep. And it works both. Like if I get in bed before her, she comes in the room, she goes, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
She's like, you left me. I'm like, you're in the living room.
You're 12 feet away.
Yeah. And then she's going to bed. She's like, we're going to bed. I'm going to bed now. I'm
cleaning. I'm cleaning.
Yeah, I'm cleaning. That's what I'll do to rage bait her next.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually cleaning.
I've actually got some cleaning to do. Yeah, so I don't know.
I guess
have fun laying down.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Sit there.
Yeah. No, go to bed. No, yeah.
All right. This is
my turn to ask you a question.
Yeah, I just asked you a question. Sorry. Okay. I'm excited. This Icelandic water's got me.
It's
turned up.
I know. I'm high on the Icelandic. This is from NickLove_TCM. Can you both discuss how you're training now and what a weekly split looks like? Zach, you first.
Holy smokes. I've been in a training lull recently. I've had, since moving and stuff, I've really had no love with training. Like sometimes I'll literally walk to the gym by my house, warm up, like hit a few sets. And I'm like, fuck this. Like my schedule's kind of screwed up where like the athletes that go to the school are actually,
don't give a fuck right now, dude.
The athletes that actually go to the school are training the whole time when I like to train.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm trying to lift at like 4 p.m. or 5, which I know I'm spoiled. But like, I'll show up and be like, yeah, fuck it. I'll try tomorrow.
Yep.
But this new thing I've been doing, and this is usually what gets me back into working out, is I try to do a small achievable thing, but I have to do it every day.
Okay.
So right now I want to get back into running, and I'm just running a minimum of 1 mile a day. Nice. So I can run more, but I can't run less than a mile. And there's
standard's the standard.
I can run a 12-minute mile. I can run a 5-minute mile, whatever I want to do it. The mile just has to be done. So I'm on like day 21 right now.
Nice.
Capped
21,
it with 21, savage. And so that's what I'm doing. And then I'm making a promise to you and everybody else here. When I get back to school, I'm going to start lifting. And what I'm going to start doing, Tim, is lifting like an athlete.
Let's go.
I'm getting old. I'm going to be 36 up here soon. I need to get back to the bounce house.
Let's go.
Lifting weights.
We got to get you dunking a basketball again.
I know. We should throw out, Ben, I'll show you some old clips.
Yeah. I've seen a video of Zack Zillner
full head
off
hair.
1 foot.
Yeah.
Yamming it, dude. Like putting it down.
It's my Southern Miss days.
Yeah, it was impressive.
No friends, just working on my vertical.
I've had years like that.
Yeah,
so
that's great. Yeah, maybe if anyone has any ideas of what I should start doing, just hit me up.
Yeah, there's this program this guy has. It's called Cheat Code.
Oh, dude, I got sick doing that.
I tried.
What are you doing? Training for Apex.
That's right. So, speed. The need for speed is on for me. The past year and a half, my training has kind of revolved around running as fast as possible.
Oh, what inspired the need for speed?
Yeah, dude. So what happened is like we just talked about, was on a jumping journey for 3.5 years and I had no friends. And so all I did was train to jump higher and be jacked, and it worked. I took my approach jump vert, I think it was like from 31.5 or 32 to 36.5, and my standing vert from 29 to 34.5.
Good God.
Yeah, I did that in my 30s.
That's a cheat code right there.
It is. I wonder what program that guy did. Actually, it was a mixture of it was a lot of jumping jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another program that I sell online. It works. But yeah, man, I got bored. I did it, and because I kept moving the goalposts. I was like, once I put 3 inches on, I'll stop. Once I do, I jumped. My broad jump went from like 9.8 to 10.1. 10.1's a big broad jump, dude. I was like happy with that. So, and then I did. I'm still doing that program, and I did that combine prep I did 2 years ago with Trey Hardy and Mo Wells, and the combine is the 40.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like, that's what matters the most. And I fell in love with it. And I fell in love spending all that time with those 2 track guys. I basically got infected by track and field. I got tracked. Yeah.
Fully tracked.
I'm never go full track unless I guess I have. Yeah. So actually that is one thing I'd like to do is enter a meet and, run.
Should.
Yeah.
I think the big takeaway is, since we're old now, we've got us probably as strong as we wanted to get. Probably the size we want to be.
100%.
And I think you need to find a goal, however stupid that is, whether it's run a mile one day or run really fast, and just chase that as far as you can.
Yes.
And give you a purpose to train. Because I think right now my purpose is like, okay, what
am I doing?
Yeah, what am I doing?
Why?
Yeah.
What am I working towards?
Yeah.
So I've heard it said that happiness is having something to look forward to. And for me, that's very much so the case in every aspect of my life. And getting faster in the pursuit, and you talked about this, just like sort of chasing something relentlessly. I learned so much about being a better coach by pushing myself to absolutely what I was physically capable of from a jumping perspective. Just all the things, just having this single focus. And now I'm trying to do the same thing with the speed stuff. And my God, it has made me such a better coach, dude. Who knows? Maybe, I always joke, I'm one catastrophic injury away from just being a bodybuilder.
Aren't we all, though?
Yeah,
I think that's the arc.
Or being a hybrid athlete.
Yeah,
that's what
true.
that'll be the rebrand.
Yes.
But I'm not giving up. My goal, I think long term at 40 years old, I would love to be able to run a sub 4.9 40. Windmill dunk a basketball. We'll just keep it at that.
Well, I think and this is what kind of got my brain to shift more, like getting older, looking what I want to do in the next years or whatever. Like the qualities you're going to lose the quickest if you do not train them are speed and power.
Period.
And you can be strong well into however old you
Yeah, dude,
get.
I've got time. If I want to be a power lifter, I could literally spend 40 to 50 getting strong as fuck.
Which is fine. But if you probably not going to get vertical or speed. So it's just train those while you can.
Yep.
And then once you fucking...
When it happens.
Yeah, when it happens, then you're bodybuilding.
Oh, that's when the real...
Fake bodybuilding, because you're not competing.
This is true. That's when the real Tim Riley rebrand will be. Here's what it's going to be.
Tell me.
Instead of Tim Riley training, it's going to be Tren Riley training.
Riley training.
And I'm going to get sauced out of my mind. I mean, to the point people are worried about my well-being.
You're just red?
Yeah. I'm already red. I'll be purple.
Purple
deep red. Unsettling red.
Deep purple.
Yeah. Tren Riley training. And I'll just fully embrace being bald, and I'll go from mustache to handlebar mustache, and just girthy.
Yeah, just the non-competing. I love that. People are like, I'm a bodybuilder. It's like, you compete?
No.
It's like, you just lift weights.
You just take a lot of steroids and lift.
Yeah. I'm an amateur, non-competitive bodybuilder, so you just lift. Essentially.
Yeah, that's me, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
That's tight.
The Tren Riley training villain arc.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Comment Tren if you would like to see that happen.
He gets banned.
Yeah, comment Tren everywhere. Tren Riley training.
All right, Taylor Thiessen, what's something you do as a coach that no one sees, but it makes all the difference?
It's hard for me not to get a little serious.
That's where I want you to go. That's what I was hoping you'd say.
So, yeah, man, I'm a recovered alcoholic and drug addict. I think I have 6 or 7 years sober now. I'd have to do the math. I have 6 years. I have struggled with anxiety and severe depression. I have clinically diagnosed severe OCD. It's not severe currently. Thank God for good therapy. But and then I've got a lifetime, a big Netflix documentary. I'm not fucking kidding, guys. My childhood and my teenage life, the stories that I have and the things that I've walked through or that I've done, things I've put myself through, you wouldn't believe most of it if I told you. I mean, I have friends who are close. Kelly, I tell her stories. She's like, that didn't happen. I'm like, babe, yes, the fuck it did.
I got 10 references.
And so, but I say all that to say, my growth as a human being, a person, going to therapy, earnestly. And like, I'm gonna be honest, guys, like I didn't do this stuff because I wanted to per se. I mean, I wanted to because I was suffering so bad I was going to kill myself. So, you know, there's that. But like the worst thing for me that I've discovered is like complacency in that department of growing as a human being, where it's like, yeah, who you are, the stuff you're struggling with, the things you aren't addressing, they make life hard and maybe they hold you back a little bit. But like you're able to get by and you push it off just another day. Well, I'm here to tell you, my experience has been nothing has made my life more enjoyable, exciting, opened up more doors for me, made me a better coach, partner, father, son, than addressing all of those issues relentlessly. And I am not perfect. But because I've devoted so much time and effort into that stuff, I have developed, which I didn't have, a level of emotional intelligence that frankly, like, I consider it to be the only reason that I'm sitting here, that I've had any level of success, because all of those things were preventing me from being able to get to where I want to go. So yeah, man, like my clients, do they see that? Most of my athletes, I was trained, I have an athlete, his name's Taquan Graham. He plays defensive tackle for the Falcons. I've known this motherfucker for 4 years. And just this last off season, I started telling him a little bit about my home life and stuff. And he was like, you're fucking, he couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this isn't things that I'm open. I'm an open book, but if it doesn't come up, you know, hey, I'm not like, by the way, did you know my life was hard? Did you know I sold drugs? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like what, if it comes up, motherfucker, but it just never did. And he was like, this is the best compliment I receive on a regular basis. When I tell people and I give them some insight into my life and what it used to look like and who I am today, they say one of two things. I don't believe you, or I never would have guessed. Fuck yes.
Gotta be the best one.
It's the best because, and it's not that I'm ashamed or that I, you know, look back on my past in some weird, I'm neutral. It's whatever. It's just, that's what my life was. And but the fact that that part of me is unrecognizable.
You're not carrying around all this bag.
Is a testament to the work and effort. Cause I meet a lot of people on a daily basis. I'm like, I don't know what you haven't resolved, motherfucker, but it's
here's a number to call.
Yeah. I got her. Yeah. Her name's Emily. Yeah. She's great. Yeah. So yeah. That's that 100%. Yeah. Like the work.
Yeah. I think it's working on yourself, and that just happens with age. You know what I mean? And
it should.
As like
you hope so.
You show up better for other people, and you have a little more insight. And I think what I've gotten better at through over the years is having some compassion for others, not immediately going at the reason why they're acting this way is because XYZ. It's like, you don't know how this certain situation they react to in the past, or what things may have, you know, triggered this outcome. And I think to have a little bit more compassion of like different people's backgrounds, and I think just working on yourself.
Yeah. I agree.
That can mean different things for different people.
For sure. Yeah. Here's the other thing too. I think people think that because maybe their home life didn't look like mine growing up, or because they, you know, things weren't really bad, that they don't have work to do. Fucking wrong.
Yeah.
If you're a living, breathing human being, trust me, you probably got some work to do. Unless you're perfect, Mr. Perfect.
And you might have to get a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure.
And address some of those things.
Yeah. 100%.
It's not going to be from lifting more.
No, it's not.
I've tried.
Yeah. I'm just in the gym fighting demons, bro. It's like, call the therapist.
It's cheaper and you're going to save your pet.
It's like, you know what? A third divorce is fine. Yeah. Zornstar, once again, Zornstar is a repeat. Zorny. The Zornster. Are there beneficial periods for b-ballers to work on eccentric strength specifically?
I'd say off season, whenever you're cool with being sore, do it. I'd probably ask yourself like why you think you need to work on that. But yeah, I think any time where it's either furthest away from competition or in the off season especially, I think it's a great time to work on eccentric strength. But I think you can work on it all year. The dose is the poison.
100%.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I basically, I was going to say butt chugged triphasic. I guess I just said it. So don't edit it, Ben. Let the people know. But where it was like there would be long blocks of training where the entire emphasis was eccentric only. And it's like, it's fine.
I think everyone, especially now, I see it making a trend.
It's coming back hard.
And maybe I just don't know enough about it or whatever. But I feel like, not you're wasting time, but it's just like, I don't think you need to make 4 to 8 weeks of all eccentric training. And eccentric training isn't just lowering weights slow. Yeah. Like a depth drop. That's a shit ton of eccentric training right there. Yeah. And so like you can keep that in. Mm-hmm. But I think a lot of it comes back to you read it. Once again, everybody read triphasic. Yep. Very few people did it the way it was supposed to be done.
This is true.
And those that did it the way that's supposed to be done were probably like, oh shit, I got to fucking practice my sport now or whatever. Yeah. And you're not fried. Yep. Maybe I just did it wrong.
I mean, it fucked me up too.
Yeah, dude, it's wild so training. Brutal. Yeah. And I get it. Like you stress the system.
Oh, it's stressed all right.
But it's like, to what point? To what point?
Yeah, counting those eccentrics down.
The hardest
and then honestly,
the
ISOs dropping down into that. The ISO was like 78.5% of whatever my one.
Part of me is just you're an ADD guy as well. It's
it's tough.
So boring to do a set of 8 with 8-second eccentric. Yeah, pause for this, and like I just want to lift.
Yeah, can I just squat up and down, dude? Fuck.
Yeah, maybe that was our missing thing. Could have been the league right now.
Could have been. Could have made it. All right, we got one more. We got time for one more. Josh Manning wants to know, Josh_Manning with 2 G's. Education certifications, do you guys think have the greatest or worst value?
Greatest Coach 'em Up conference.
Yeah, obvious.
Easily.
Come on. There's no better continuing education.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do a 2-part answer. Okay. I think when you're younger, the national conferences are great, depending on how you carry yourself and what you want to get out of it. Yep. I think the older you get, it just kind of turns into a reunion with your buddies, which is fine. But I think if you really want to learn something, you need to like niche down and go to these conferences with smaller type things about what you're doing. And then I guess ask yourself, like, what are you trying to get out of this conference? Mm-hmm. And do you think this will help you do it? Like I think a lot of people just show up to shit and they just spend the whole time talking to their buddies and don't even learn the stuff.
Learn nothing.
Yeah.
Just there for vibes.
I don't know if like on top of your head, if you've taken, I guess I'm bad with this kind of stuff because I haven't really taken that many like in-depth courses.
I've done a few.
So like what are things you would look at or take away?
Well, as someone who is a chronic course taker and seminar attender for many years, there would be this saying an instructor almost always says, or a facilitator, if you take away one thing from this conference or this seminar, if you take away one thing, it's all worth it. It's like, fuck that.
No, I paid a lot of money in
fuck
time.
You. Yeah.
One thing.
Fucking PRI course was $2,500 or whatever, dude. I still don't understand what we talked about.
Got a balloon.
It took time. It had to really it had to seep in this brain. Like I said, I got a past. Still recovering some brain cells. So honestly, you're gonna get out of it what you put in. And to answer the question, are there any best ones? I can't think of a conference or a certification where I was like, this was the best.
Yeah.
Also too, it's easy to make this mistake early on because I did this so many times. I would go take an RPR or a fucking PR, whatever. Yeah. Insert the certification, the methodology, the FRC, the thing. And then I get back to my job and I'm just
doing
fucking acronyming everyone. Everyone's getting it, dude. You're getting FRC'd, you're getting PRI'd, and I'm just fucking dishing it out. Right?
Oh, true.
I'm RPRing my fucking 60-year-old woman. I'm like drilling her psoas with my thumb. She's like, it hurts.
Good.
I'm like, welcome to the fucking show, Pam.
I took one thing away and that was it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, let's activate this fucking psoas. So, like, don't be that guy. Do not be the guy who does the weekend course and comes back and just starts like spamming everybody.
You don't know.
You still don't know shit. Yeah. Like, take your time. And look, like, it's tough for me to say that because like I'm the pot calling the kettle black because I did that and I learned not to do that from doing that. Maybe you need to learn it too. But yeah, just because you learned it in a seminar or course or whatever, like, doesn't mean that it needs to be applied immediately. And if you are seeking courses and certifications because it's going to be the answer to something, and you're treating it as such, then you're going to believe it to be that.
Ooh.
You're going to find a way. If you're going there, it's like, this is going to solve all my problems. Then that's what you're going to find. But I got bad news. It's not going to solve all your problems.
You ain't going to find it. Got to go to therapy.
Yeah, that's right. You need to start asking yourself why you need that. Yeah, I bet your fucking therapist knows. Call her back. So yeah. Networking there is really good. It's always fun to connect with people who are interested in learning. You know, there's certain types of people at conferences. There's always like the mouth breathers that are sitting in the front row. There's always people in the back who think they already know everything.
Be in the middle.
Just be cool. And just be willing to learn and don't take yourself too seriously.
Come to Austin, Texas for the coaching.
And then, yes, when you're done fucking around.
Yeah, find out in Austin, Texas.
Start giving a fuck and come to the Coach 'em Up conference, dude. Yeah, but, and look, I don't want to like discourage conferences. Like, if it's interesting to you and you're excited about it, do it. But like, just be an adult.
Yeah, no one conference probably isn't going to change your life. I think the one thing that'll change your life is if you make a good connection with somebody.
100%.
That could change your life.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, Zach.
Tim, wow, this was a blast.
It was.
Can't believe you get to do this bi-weekly.
I know. Yeah. Well, you know, before we sign off, I just want to remind you that we love you and we care about you. You know, take it easy on Miami, dude.
Hey, our
heart rate, we can't handle it. We're up at night. We're worried about you.
There's an app. It's called Southwest. Pulling up right now. Southwest. They have podcast studios in Miami. If you guys want Tim to come down for a South Beach weekend, comment South Beach.
Yeah.
Or your favorite Pitbull song.
Yeah. Or Sunburn. Yeah. Because that's really what we're talking about.
We get enough of those, and I think we need to do a Miami weekend.
You're right. I'm going to take a
Fort
trip.
Lauderdale's down the street.
I'm going to take a trip to Miami.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. I'm committing to that right now. Zach.
Tim.
You're the best.
You're the best. Thanks for having me, man.
Everybody, there are two types of people on planet Earth. Zach, what kind of people are there?
We got subscribers. We also got non-subscribers.
Gross. Disgusting. People, do the right thing. Subscribe, support the show. We love you, and we'll see you next time. Peace.